Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about my favorite products that I have been using very consistently through the month of April. I'm going to share with you my shades of gray stories about my hair and a product that I've been using since last August, Monat. It has really allowed me to regain the luster and shine back in my hair. And let's try to talk about tackling those grays. Here's my products. Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it and get it over with. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you really like it, then subscribe. I'd love to have you. Sorry, I'm cleaning my glasses. I got them a little bit dirty. Today, I'm going to share with you the products that I've been using on my hair very consistently since last August. And I'm going to go ahead and just combine pretty much the products that I have been using all of the month of April. Some of these I have mentioned in previous videos, but I had just, either received the products and just tried them once or twice and just, what really wasn't sure. But one of the products I want to talk about is this MAC mascara. This is the Upward Lash Mascara. This is the brush. I had a couple of samples. I really liked it, so I went ahead and ordered in the big size. I just discovered that in the large size, I didn't care for the formula. I thought maybe it's just the brush, but the brush and the sample was the same size, and so I just really wasn't sure why I was struggling with it. But you can see today my lashes. I think this is basically just one coat, and it's great. It's fine. Maybe after pumping it a few times and the exchange of air into it made the formula easier to apply. So I just want to come back and say, yes, I do like this. I like changing out my mascaras. I think I would purchase it again. I like this Upward Lash. Second product I want to talk about that I have used a lot during the month of April is my Natasha Denonna mini. I think this is the Sunset palette. Really pretty. I do have it. No, I don't. I don't have it on today. So rewind, take that back. I wore it yesterday. But it's really a pretty palette. The colors are very blendable and very creamy. And you can certainly do several different combinations, but it's a nice little palette. So I've used this a lot in the month of April. Another palette that I want to mention is the Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the one that I showed on a prior video, and I lost I believe it was the Pretty Sultry, because it just popped right out. I took it back to Sephora, no questions asked. I brought my palette in and said, look, I just opened it, and it popped out. They exchanged it, and so I've used it since I exchanged it last week. This is probably my third time. I am wearing it today, and I do think it's really a beautiful combination of colors. These shadows, as you can see, are very soft, very blendable, and the application on the makeup brushes, it really picks the color pigmentation up, and it makes a really nice deposit on your lids that is just super blendable. So I really love this palette. If you were anticipating or thinking about it, it's really kind of a good one to add to your collection. What I did was I just tapped very lightly the Chanel Ombre Longwear cream eyeshadow, and this is in the color, let me get it out, it's so pretty. I've had this since last year. I don't know what color it is, but it's that. and I keep my lids on really good and tight, no trouble with it drying out, and I just think it was just really pretty to add on top, just that little bit from the corner just midway through, and it went on super easy and really pretty. I'll link the information below. So that is not that I have been wearing that Chanel one consistently all month of April, but I used that quite a bit last spring and summer, and so we're just bringing it back out. These are just products that I recently, you know, purchased and really love. So the other product is Tatacha Silk Canvas. Yes, you can see I've really gotten into it, and I do like it. The best thing I can tell you about this, and I have oily skin, I haven't noticed that my skin has been, you know, super oily, but what I think is super important about that is once you wash and clean your face, tone it, moisturize it, and then you apply this right before your makeup, is that you give it that few minutes to just let it set. I think if you put this on, I have done it, and apply your foundation too quickly, it just doesn't have quite the chance that it needs to just kind of set into your face. So, you know, I'll put it on and I rub it all over and just pat it in really good and just get a nice coating of it. I warm it up in my hands, and then I just use upward strokes and just, you know, place it and pat it, give my face time to just kind of just air dry a little bit, go grab a cup of coffee, do a couple of things, and just let my skin settle before I put foundation on. So I'm really liking that. And the other product that I've used very consistently all month, off and on, I've kind of put a nice little groove in there, and it's the Natasha Camellia Lip Balm. I like it. It's really nice. It's very moisturizing on my lips. It is long lasting. It has a nice little, I guess it would be camellia scent. I guess that's like some sort of tea leaf or something, yeah. But it's a little pricey. So compared to some of my other balms, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to repurchase this. And to be fair, sometimes when I'm using a product and maybe it is on the pricey side, I'm not really sure if I would miss it. So I just kind of go without it and not necessarily replace it, as opposed to having some products that, you know, I'm buying my backup already. Like I kind of do that with my Clinique BB cream. Keeps my skin matte, and it's kind of a nice light coverage that I'm looking for in the summer, and just on sort of kickback days where I want some coverage on my skin, because it's not super heavy and it doesn't seem to break down. So sometimes with that one I will buy a backup of it. And other products that, you know, I'm just like, well, I don't know if I want to spend the money on that. It was a little costly. Do I really miss it? Do I, you know, because I'm looking for not just a lip balm that's just going to be moisturizing to my lips, but really one that I'm going to notice that it does treat my skin area around my lips. Now I can see that I've had a little breakdown here on my face. I haven't really touched up. I should have before I came on, but I had a really busy morning this morning because I had a dentist appointment first thing. So I've just been on the go, and I wanted to get this video up. And so, yeah, so my face looks a little, but you know what? Why not? I've got my Chanel right here. Why don't I just repowder it? And actually, this is something I've used very consistently this month. I love this powder, and yep, this is one that I don't really want to do without, because honestly, I love it. It has that nice, beautiful Chanel-esque scent to it, and I just noticed it just does a great job on my face. I don't get any breakouts with it. You know, some powders, I will say, now I'm going to try the new one by Hourglass. It's because I had a little gift card and I didn't really need any loose powders, but there's quite a bit of rave about it. And I thought, you know, I'm going to try that powder because I am, as you know, a lipstick and a powder person. And I want to try it because I do love and use the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer, and I've been using it for a long time, and I talk about it all the time, and it was one of my suggestions even on, you know, any of the Sephora sales. There, I think I've powdered pretty well. Sorry, had a little interruption. But anyway, I am a powder person. I have oily skin. I have to powder. I love my Chanel loose powder. I love it, and I do always replace it when I'm out. It lasts a long time. It's very finely milled. I think it has a really nice scent to it. It goes on very velvety. It does keep my oils down. I love it. I love the way my skin looks on it. Another favorite powder that I love to use, and I've used the heck out of this all the month of March and April, and I also have one in my purse, and I'm starting to get that little dip in the middle, is this. This is a different powder. Honestly, I want to just keep saying this is like a moisturizer powder. It feels like it just moisturizes your skin, and it leaves a really pretty finish to your skin. This is Charlotte Tilbury, so this I have used a lot. So if I may, you know, apply my makeup and then I want to set certain areas, I might use my Chanel loose powder under my eyes and just my T-zone, and then go in with my Charlotte Tilbury for my final overall buffing that I do after I've put on my blush and bronzer. So those two, yes, I have been using very consistently. And as far as favorite lips, I've just been using quite a bit of glosses, and the ones I've been bouncing back and forth with are the White Russian, Buxom. This is the Pink Champagne, and this is Marvelous Moxie. These are my mind just goes blank. These are glosses that I had, and so I'm just kind of bringing those out. And I use Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, and then lined my lips, filled them in, and put a colored gloss over it. And also, oh yes, it's right here, I pulled out for the month of April MAC lip pencil in Plum, and that's actually what I have on today, lined in Plum, and went over with Marvelous Moxie from Bare Minerals. And so that's kind of what I have been using the majority of the month of April. But now I want to talk about, and I'm going to do this really fast so that this doesn't get to be a long blown out video, but what I've been using on my hair and hair product. Now, totally purchased all of these products on my own. I am not a representative. I am a partner member just so I get the discounts. That's it. I don't sell this. I don't work for them, you know, none. But it is Monat. And I've been using these products on my hair since last August. I will say this, I have tried literally over the course of years, probably hundreds and hundreds of varieties of shampoos and conditioners, from drugstore all the way to high end. And what I'm mostly interested in with my particular situation with my hair and my scalp is mostly my scalp. I do not suffer from dandruff. I do not have that, but what I have is dry scalp, and it's usually always around my hairline, back of my ears, and behind, underneath, on my neck, and I just get a buildup. Sometimes I don't know if it's just my skin being sensitive to certain ingredients in products. I've even tried to use shampoos that are all as natural as they can be, but then I get really it maybe dried out my scalp too much, or it didn't clean my hair. Sometimes I can use a shampoo for a few weeks and my hair is great, and then all of a sudden it just goes limp and I don't get any benefits from it. So I've always gotten into the practice over the past several years to be able to switch off and have a couple of different shampoos. But I'm not going to sit here and go through and name all the shampoos that I have tried, because it's been a ton. There have just been so many that I've tried. So I got involved using Monat, watched videos, read as much as I could online about it, and it just looked like something that might help my scalp. And so I'll just tell you a quick little story. I'd worn my hair in an angled bob for years, probably 10 straight years, just the straight, kind of like this, but longer. And I finally decided a few years ago, you know what, I just wanted something different. I've had my hair cut pixie in the past. My texture on my hair is, I have a lot of hair, but it's fine. I just have fine hair. Growing up, I always had thick hair. My hair is not perfectly straight. So if I get out of the shower, wash my hair and let it air dry, it has what I call a frizz curl. So my sides are pretty straight and the bottoms just may flip up a little, but I have an S wave, a definite S wave in the back of my hair, especially when it's longer and gets a little weightier. I've got that. So if I let my hair air dry, it's just kind of, you know, it's not that nice, pretty, swingy, straight hairstyle. It has what I consider to be frizz volume. I have very dry scalp, but not throughout the whole portion of my head, and it's irritating. I wear glasses, and behind my ears I'll get really chafed, and I can sometimes it just gets itchy and irritated, and you know, I can just sometimes touch the top of my head like this and I just have dry skin cells. And trust me, I exfoliate all the time. I do hair masks all the time. I use coconut oil treatments on my hair at least 3 times a month, where I just melt down coconut oil, slather it all over, tie a little bandana around it, run around for hours like that, and then wash my hair, because coconut oil to me is just like such a beautiful, beautiful conditioner, and it just, oh my gosh, it just really helps your hair every time I use it, and it treats my scalp. So I was interested in a shampoo, always am, that is going to be good on my scalp, not just my hair. So now I know the claims with Monat is that your hair grows faster, stronger, and all that. Now my hair grows slow. Has it always been like that? No, I don't think so. Not when I was younger, but it just grows slow now, kind of with, you know, aging gracefully, how you just kind of slow down as you're growing. And not growing as you're aging, but so I've been trying to grow my pixie out for quite a while now, and it just, like, you know, it gets to that in-between stage and it's yucky. And so I started using Monat last August, and I started with the Intensive Repair shampoo, conditioner, and the repair spray. And I did not join at that time. I just bought the products, you know, without the discount, and just thought, I want to try this. I don't want any pressure on the outside. I don't want to join and do all that. And I just want to use it and see, because I could still turn it in after, I think, the 30 days or whatever if I wasn't satisfied. And I liked what was going on. Now I can tell you, I kind of went through a couple of different phases, and one of them was, you know, after using the shampoo for maybe, I'd say between the 3rd and the 5th shampooing application, I started getting these little sensitive kind of like bumps on my scalp, where I felt like, oh my gosh, my scalp hurts. It's like, ooh, that's sensitive. Do I have sunburn there? And I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Well, I'm using a new shampoo. Is it that? And with the Monat, the way it's recommended to use is that you put whatever size they indicate, like a quarter size. For me, that's way too much. And get your hair, put the shampoo all over, let it lather up, keep it on your head for about 3 minutes, do your other business, while you're showering, and then rinse it off, and then put another amount, and second wash your hair. And I'm telling you, the scant amount of shampoo that you use at that point just volumizes. I mean, blows up, volumizes, like, where are all these suds coming from? It's just amazing. It smells good. It smells clean. And it really, really cleans my scalp. Really cleans my scalp. So you do a 2 washing with it. I did go through that phase where I later found out that those kind of sensitivity bumps that you might feel is the stimulation from your hair follicle. And it did go away. And then I think I went through a process where, even though my hair was very short, I went through a process for about, I want to say maybe a week and a half or so, because I wasn't shampooing every day, but where I felt like my hair was really oily, like oilier, like it was just like producing oil. And I don't know what that all is, but somebody had mentioned that it's part of a detox phase or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I kind of went through that where I felt like, okay, my hair's acting like it's limp. And so I kept using this intensive repair because I grew my hair out gray. This is my natural color. So I have had no hair dyes, no hair colors, permanent or non-semi-permanent, nothing. Just letting the grays grow out. One, because I was sick and tired of dyeing my hair. Been doing it since I was 15, dumping peroxide on it, going sitting out in the sun and getting the most gorgeous shade of orange, which I thought was so cool back then. And so I was just tired of it, just so tired of it. And so I let the grays grow out. And plus my family said I could never, ever do it. I went and saw a specialist, hair specialist, talked to him about getting my hair the gray color and all that. And he's the one that kind of suggested or talked me out of it and said, listen, you're going to spend up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars doing this on your hair color, stripping it down, opening the shaft of your hair up, and it's harsh. And then you're going from a dark colored head of hair to all gray or salt and pepper, and then all this bleaching, and then what if you don't like it? And then you spent all this money. You could be tempted to just put the color back in it. So he suggested, you've got your hair short now and you keep cutting it up, so just pixie it really short. I mean, try to remove this skunkish, growing out phase, shortening it. If you're gutsy enough and willing to do it and go for a change, I did it. What the heck? We moved away. My husband's job transferred. I didn't know anybody. I wasn't going back to the work field, so I could put a baseball cap on. I could get through that skunkish time, and I did it. So now this is it. I have the salt and pepper hair. I do love it. I don't want to go back to coloring or dyeing my hair. And the thing is, though, I just wasn't thinking that my gray hairs were going to be unmanageable. I thought, no dye, no chemicals, getting away from all of that, my hair will be healthy again. No. Gray hair is wiry. It can be really unruly. I could go into a place and, go to the restroom, wash my hands, and look in the mirror and see some of these grays just stick it up, and you just want to lick your hands and just like put your hair down. It's like, no. First of all, that's disgusting. And I didn't want to think in my head like I've got these little wiry grays that just don't, they don't want to behave. So they're a little bit coarse. And I should have kind of realized that, because while I was in the process of getting my hair dyed way back then when I was dyeing it, they always had to add more color, let it sit on longer, because those grays were so resilient to color and just did not want to accept the color. And then within a very short period of time, 2 weeks, there they are, poking out again, those unruly grays. Since I've been using the Monat, my hair has changed in its texture, its luster, its manageability. This is second day hair right now, and my third day hair will be dry shampoo. They do make a dry shampoo. I haven't tried their brand, but I use the hot iron on my hair, the straight iron, because like I said, my hair doesn't dry perfectly straight. And so just to, you know, bend it out a little bit just so it's even. And I dry my hair with a hair dryer because otherwise, like I said, it just, you know, kind of frizzes out. But my hair really has regained its natural shine. It's not dull, and gray hair can be a super dull, super dull. So I just feel like this product here really adds a whole lot of vitality and luster, and I've had great results with it. Right now I am using the Revitalize shampoo. It's called Revive shampoo, and the Revitalize conditioner. The repair, intense repair, really probably I shouldn't have been using it as long as I was, and it might have been why it was just kind of, I was lacking some body with it. So when I decided to buy more product, because I was almost done, so I went from, let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, I think until the beginning of March, almost 8 months, and I probably have about that much left in the bottle, and I have more of the conditioner, but I'm just going to use that a couple of times a month. They have different specials that they offer. I can only speak for what my experience is, and I think I've been using it long enough now to say that yes, my hair has changed. It has gotten to a point where it is the healthiest it's been. Can I make a claim that it's growing faster? I don't know. I don't know. It sure was going through that gosh awful stage for such a long time, but you know, we'll see. And I can say this, I do try to get the ends trimmed up. I used to have to, even when my hair was short and pixieed, I'd have to go get it trimmed every 4 weeks or so because it was just so dry, and the gray hairs that were coming in, just, I don't know, they just, I still was having to trim it. Now I don't feel like I have to do it as frequently and as often. And it just seems like, well, I've got a little bit of teasing in it, but you can see, I just want to kind of show you that, you know, for even for second day hair, it just has a nice shine to it. Whereas it looks like it's regaining its luster. Because I just feel like I had lost so much of the natural shine to my hair, maybe from all the years of dyeing it, and you know, hormones changing and getting older, and you know, all that fun stuff. So for me, it's been a great product. And the best thing is, I feel like it treats my scalp. I have so much less scaliness, and I still get some breakouts on my hairline. I've had it all my life. I don't know if it's, you know, I have the issue with oil and clogged pores, and but it's so much better, so much more manageable. And so yes, I'm going to continue using it. So I think this is what I wanted to share with you, and kind of combine what I've been using on my hair and just what I've been using this month. So until next time, they say there comes a time when, you know, you just don't care anymore. And I wonder when that time will be. For me, never. Be kind, be humble, and age gracefully. Bye.